Trying to see if I can find a nice spot to set this up here.
I need to punish something.
All right, so
Tired trying to do it.
turn the volume down on this. So we're doing some new things here. Nothing super crazy, but it's going to lead to things that are a little bit cooler. So the thing is right now, I have been messing around with the def gauge. You know, a lot of people have asked in the past, like, hey, can you make my def gauge read a different percent? I don't like my def gauge reading 0. We started working on the def gauge because we wanted to. Hold on, I don't know why it's all fucking foggy. We started working on the def gauge originally because we were going to use the def gauge for other things. And we are still working on that. We're coming a lot closer. But what we have done with the def gauge recently is we have made it so a lot of the new files that I'm sending out, as of right now, this is the first file I'm working on right now. I'm sending it out. Fucking people keep messaging me, driving me nuts. Is that this file right now I'm sending to a guy in Alabama is his full file, and the full files now are going to come 40 horse, 50 horse, 60 horse, 70 horse, and then the race tune with the switch on them. So the reason we want to do the race tune with the switch is so that customers aren't just driving around with the race tune all the time. If they have a manual switch, they can have fun with it, turn it back down. But with each file, we're putting the def gauge at a different position. So with the race tune, the def gauge will be 100%. 70 horse, it'll be 75. 60 horse, it'll be 50. 50 horse, it'll be 25. And then the 40 horsepower, it'll be 0. That way, technically, you can load a tune on, and your def gauge will tell you what tune is on your truck. Not like that's like a huge deal, but it's just something that I was playing around with to go versus the 0 crap. Is by allowing you to load a tune on your truck, and the def gauge will read whatever power level it's at. In the future, we're going to be looking at modifying the def gauge to work with our manual switch. So when you have the manual switch and you switch between tunes with the manual switch, it's going to move the def gauge as well to match the position on the switch, which technically all you gotta do is look at the dash and know what power mode you're in. The other thing that we're working on is we are working on using the def gauge for boost gauge and using it for an EGT gauge. Now, obviously, this is just following suit as other companies have done something similar. I don't think we've seen it in customer vehicles yet, but we've seen it in some of their vendor vehicles. Sorry, the fucking thing's all stupid bright. So I'm waiting on, it takes a lot more coding, but what we're working on is trying to do it with, sorry, I'm like trying to like type here, my damn keyboard's so far away. We're working on trying to do it at the same time. God damn, I'm done messing up here. So what we're doing is we are working on setting it up so that way when you have a handheld, you can have this stuff on the handheld. So right now with the handheld, all the new tunes of the handheld, each tune position will have a different def gauge level per tune for the stage 2. And then once we release the boost gauge and the EGT gauge for the def gauge, it will or should work with the handheld as well. That way you don't have to send in your computer and have your computer bench flashed in order to get that added. We don't want to do anything like that. We want to have that as part of the handheld as well. We had an EcoDiesel Gladiator in yesterday to do the exhaust and the bass tune on it. So we're working on the tuning for the Gladiator, and then we're going to be meeting up in Illinois with a new Ram and doing the Ram as well. Once we have the Ram and the Gladiator finished, we will be doing bench tuning, full bench tuning released for the Gladiator and the Ram, and down pipes will be available, and it sounds like the plate kit for the EGRs will be available as well. So that'll be available in the US, so people don't have to order crap from Canada and have to wait for it to come through customs and things like that. we're super excited and plan to have full release of the tuning and the downpipe mid-August. We have right now the entry-level part of it available. So if customers want to get a stage 2, but they don't care about the power levels and things like that, they can send their computers in and get them bench tuned. We will not be selling computers, as the computers are on a 6 to 8 week national back order. I bought the only extra computer in the country this morning in order to have one that we can send out to customers as a core unit to swap out with yours. That way, people don't have to be down a vehicle. So if you do have a Gen 3 EcoDiesel, make sure to go on Facebook and join the 2020 Plus EcoDiesel page that we created. I think it's 2020 Plus EcoDiesel Performance, and then we have the regular EcoDiesel page for everyone else. So that means by the end of summer, we will have complete release of all the Gen 3 stuff, and then we're going to continue to try and release new things for the Gen 2. Hopefully, our next 2 weeks here, we get the bigger turbo on the my EcoDiesel, and we start with hopefully a release of a turbo publicly or whatever. If you are interested in a bigger turbo and want to just get in on the R&D, please message me and let me know. I'll give you a place to send a turbo to. You can buy the turbos used on eBay for like $300, and all you would have to do is pay for the cost on the machine work to the turbocharger and the parts, and then nothing else. So we'll do all the tuning and everything for you. We just ask that you do go to the diesel or go to the dyno and things like that. Nothing else besides that, other than the release of the Cummins tuning. We're working with HP Tuners, and hopefully getting HP Tuners to implement a operating system swap for both generations of EcoDiesel, so that everyone can swap to one operating system, meaning those of you in shops or at home, things like that, can do all the research and development for one operating system instead of 30, 35, 40, whatever. And it'll also give shops more ability to get files from customers, work on them, and send them back. I'm waiting on some answers back from my guide, HP Tuners, but we aren't going to hold everything to ourselves like the rest of the companies do. We are going to be trying to work hard with HP Tuners in order to help build the EcoDiesel platform a lot more, and allow shops and people at home to be able to use HP Tuners to do work on their EcoDiesels and other things like that. If you have HP Tuners and you have been doing stuff on your EcoDiesel and you want us to help you with your files or anything like that, please let me know. We can do a lot of the background stuff as well. We just don't advertise it on our page right now at this time because it is, it's, I don't want to say entry level, but it's in the beginning steps of it. We have, I think I counted yesterday, 40 different calibration IDs for the EcoDiesel mapped out for the 2014 to 2019 EcoDiesels. So, we have all the ability to do what people need for the EcoDiesels through HP Tuners. So if you need any work done, please let me know. If you have a bricked computer laying around, you can send it to me, and we can repair your bricked computer or tune it as well. For the EcoDiesel, we can do some computer repair on some of the GM computers too, things like that. If you have a Gen 3 EcoDiesel and you can be without the computer for a few days, we are trying to get as many reads on factory computers as possible. Or if you're in an area in the Midwest and you want to meet up here where we can just take a scan or a copy of your computer, doesn't require us to take the computer apart, warranty or anything like that, please let me know. We want to build up a basically a repository of the new Gen 3 files as well, so that way we can get all the coding taken care of in order to do the big release on the Gen 3 stuff. But like I said, all new files coming out from here. I'm going to try and have the depth gauges taken care of, reading what power level the tune is on the depth gauge, and then probably the stage ones at some point here will be more than likely setting at 70% for all of our standard depth gauges. So I think that's about it for new information. If someone is working on a Ram ProMaster, we do the Ram ProMaster as well, just we don't do it as often. But if anyone has any questions, please message me. Please, again, share the giveaway. We're going to do the giveaway drawing next weekend, and we would really like to get it shared as much as possible in order to make sure that we can continue to do it. I would love to be able to do a giveaway every 2 weeks. But at the rate that it's going at now, it might end up being like every other month, and we would really like to do more of the giveaways where we do more than just tuning. So like I said, this one we're doing tuning, and in the second place we're doing an MBRP single back exhaust that we got off of the pages a guy took off his truck. You know, we'd like to do, you know, the Banks gauge and, you know, a CTS monitors and everything else, intakes, stuff from CFT, things like that. So please feel free to go to the video, share it, do whatever you need to do, and make sure that the stuff gets around, because we would like to continue to help people out that way. I think that is about it. Those of you who had orders in the last couple days, all of your parts have already shipped out. And then we also will be getting our new shipment of handhelds either Wednesday or Thursday, and those will go out immediately as well. So everyone have a good night. I think I'm going to call it a day on this video. Nothing really else to say. Those of you who tuned in later, make sure to check out what I said at the beginning. Hold on one second. Somebody did have a comment here. Ricky, it is for the EcoDiesel stuff. We can do a giveaway stuff on the gas engines like we did in the past. I'm more than willing to do that. And those of you who do gas tuning, if you message me or comment on here things that we haven't shown before that we may have done, we will put a video together and upload it. It's been a long time since we uploaded gas tuning videos. And I would like to keep posting those for people to help them out. So like I said, just message me any ideas, things like that, or problems you're running into. And if it's worthwhile, we'll put together a quick video to show people how to fix it. So everybody have a good night.